Too. Um,
What's poppin'? Turn up, turn up.
Let's go. What's good?
oh shit, we live. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's just staring.
Didn't even know, bro.
I didn't know we was live.
I'm up here trying to find clips and stuff. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to This Week in White Supremacy. I am one of the hosts, Jasiri X, co-founder and CEO of One Hood Media. And I'm joined by, three other very talented, opinionated, highly intelligent Black people. Who wants to go next to introduce themselves?
All I know is currency exchange and Burberry shades.
Oh, okay. There's your name. I didn't see your name at first. So you don't want to give your name?
I mean, it's a man like Saeed with the shades.
Got you. Any next? Somebody next?
I'll go. I'm Miracle. I'm a twin. Other half of the Wonder Twins.
Yeah.
I'm here. We made it.
We're
struggling, but we're here.
You know what I'm saying?
Turn down for what?
Get in. And last but not least, you have Treble NLS, Never Lose Sight, the neighborhood alchemist. You know what I'm saying? Just here to have a good time.
Sound like someone's neighborhood is being lively right now.
It's me. I'm sorry about that.
That's you.
This is why you use that mute button, my nigga.
So, it's interesting because it's like, although we have a lot of white supremacy to talk about, it feels kind of like a slow white supremacist week in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I guess maybe that's how crazy white supremacy has been, that there's always some like major racist issue. Although we have a lot of, I feel like this is the Karen's week. We have a lot of Karens. A lot of like problematic white women kind of like jumping it off this week. And so yeah, man, is there anything that y'all wanted to where y'all want to begin?
I think white supremacy got slowed down by COVID.
You feel me? And now instead of
the holidays, everybody's in their beds recuperating.
I feel like instead of Christmas caroling, they're Christmas caroling this year.
Christmas caroling. I like
they're just
that.
changing the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Corona Claus is coming, man, with COVID.
but you're right, because like Rudy Giuliani got COVID. The
Governor Wolf got COVID.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Governor Wolf.
That's wild.
But
I wonder if people in Pennsylvania are gonna give Governor Wolf the same sympathies that they gave Donald Trump for having COVID. I wonder how. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
He said absolutely not.
And that's what's kind of whack about it. About the whole thing, because it's kind of like folks in Pennsylvania probably on some type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because people are mad at Governor Wolf because he like literally wants to, keep people safe. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, how crazy is that? Like, he wants you to wear a mask. I mean, what type of dictator is this guy? You know what I mean? Like, how dare you like ask us to social distance and put sanitizer on? This is just that kind of crazy mentality. And then, like I said, you seen Rudy Giuliani, he was with a whole bunch of people without his mask on, conducting these fake hearings. He got
telling people to take their mask off in the meetings.
The other Trump lawyer got it, and so it might be that a lot of racist people are getting COVID, are slowing down. You know what I'm saying? But just it's wild to think about somebody like having COVID and like not acknowledging it until like you're on a respirator. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's kind of wild to think about.
I mean, didn't you say there were people dying from COVID at the first round of it and still like disavowing it on their deathbed, like refusing to admit that COVID was like killing them?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lady from South Dakota that basically was like, and it was a report that said like South Dakota had more COVID cases than South Korea. You know what I'm saying? Like just to think about the level of COVID, and like people was just denying it, as they were until they was on a respirator, like denying that it exists, like it was fake news. And you know what I'm saying? But I think like this is what happens when you have, what I'm saying? It's like you have a dude just lying in the media, and the media not really, to me, doing a good enough job to, basically hold him accountable and like break all these lies down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had a friend recently just lose someone very close to them over COVID, and these are Black people, and it's a lot of people right now out here not taking COVID serious. And I know we said last week in the past few weeks to stay in the house, and I guess this is the portion of the segment where we can just talk about the severity of it. Like right now, even if you don't believe that COVID is killing Black and brown people, something is out here that is affecting Black and brown people at a disproportionate rate. And if you can just mitigate it by throwing on your mask, come on. Like, let's just employ a little bit of common sense and decency right now, please. And thank you.
And it's just a mask, bro. It's not going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to suffocate, choke, and die. Like, you'll be cool. You'll be all right. At least you'll live without COVID.
I mean, I always...
And you can color coordinate. You can make your match your outfit, because, like, the average person isn't getting the treatment that Trump and Giuliani and his folks are getting, right? Like,
I'm gonna keep my mask on this whole show.
People were joking. Herman Mccain got Robitussin. Bishop Jackson got Robitussin. And for some reason, the people that Trump likes gets to go and get these state-of-the-art treatments. Everybody else isn't getting those, right? So people are dying. Black and brown people are dying. Poor people are dying. Everyone's dying now. So you just have to make better decisions, especially if you want to celebrate Christmas. If you want to go out and turn up, just spend the next 2 weeks staying inside, and then maybe you can control the spread.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of interesting, because you had sent us that article, Miracle, that like Rudy Giuliani had received whatever special, I guess, stem cell COVID treatment, the same that Trump got. And when we did Ask a Black Doctor, they were actually saying that was like $100,000 per dose. Some crazy price. And it is wild to see, like, they have access to that, but just like Miracle said, I mean, Lord knows, like, the Black people, I get, Chris Christie was like in ICU. I don't know if he got it or not, but it's just wild to see, like, we thinking that we can, we obviously don't have the same connection. And it's not like Trump is fighting to get that cure or get that treatment to everybody else's hospital. I mean, that's not happening. So
no, not at all. And and it's just like, we see that there's a
witness protection, bro.
Nah. I look like TV, bro. You think I look like Clive Owen? I look like Clive Owen and Inside Man right now.
You think you're talking to Vlad TV, bro? Like,
listen,
use your testimony against you.
Go rob everybody right now.
You don't know, right? But a man like Vlad, man, that nigga's the feds, bro. I've been saying Vlad is the feds for years.
No, and this is for those that don't know. Vlad, if y'all don't know who Vlad TV is, we don't know if our audience is hip hop. He is a white guy that does a lot of interviews on
Culture
Vulture, man. What Rick Ross say? A punch in the face to get you. What do you say? Punch in the face to get you $300K. Ask Vlad, now you back to making minimum wage.
Yeah. Rick Ross. He was one of the people that talked about Rick Ross being the CEO. Rick Ross laid hands on him. We ain't never heard him talk about Rick Ross ever again. Like, literally,
never
mentioned Rick Ross.
Rick Ross got real religious when it came to Vlad, man. Put hands all over him.
But Vlad is a white guy that interviews a lot of like street rappers and asks them about their past ways. You know what I'm saying? And so
he asked them for codes. He asked them for codes and details about crimes.
But I mean, yeah, but it's like, I mean, here is what you want to say something, Miracle?
First of all, it's one thing when we're having a conversation and you're trying to just talk about your life and the struggle and how you made it out. And a lot of these guys are just trying to have this authentic conversation. But the questions he asks are these questions that incriminate people. It's not like, tell me what your life is like. It's like, tell me what happened on December 17th when you and so were fighting. He is the feds and Casanova and all these people who are now going to federal penitentiary, serving federal time, G Herbo, all these folks, is because they get going onto these shows and trying to have a conversation, thinking like, and why is this white man somehow the gatekeeper of blackness and being real? It just infuriates me, but here we are in 2020.
21 Savage tried to warn us, bro, with this album, you know what I'm saying? Differentiating snitches from rats. Like, Vlad is the definition of a snitch. He gathers this information and he probably sells it to the feds. You know what I'm saying? That's probably his living.
Well, he don't have to though, and I think that's the thing. Like,
it's public domain.
Right, Vlad is putting it on. There's the interview. I shot you an interview, Gary. I don't know if you want to put it up, but it was like an interview that kind of went viral over Twitter with a rapper named PD Longway, because Vlad was trying to ask him like questions about whether or not he was a Crip, and my man wasn't. He wasn't giving them the answers. You know what I'm saying? I think like with and unfortunately this rapper Casanova, he did an interview with Vlad. In the interview, he was talking about Vlad was like, how many people did you cut in prison? And like at that point, you could say, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. Casanova was like, yo, I probably cut 12 or 13, and this is what I did, and this is how I would go in the yard. And so it was just interesting to see that. And then the feds used that interview to basically, I guess, call him a violent felon, and they was like, yo, he's talking about how many people he done cut. And he wasn't like, so is Vlad at fault for asking the question, or the rapper at fault for answering?
Yeah, I mean, because
Vlad on both sides.
But listen, I agree. If you're gonna be out here, you need to have a gun, have the little, the gun with a little orange tip, little fake guns. Go get some fake money, some fake necklaces. Use that to be flashy on your social media, so that when the feds come and they use your social media, you can be like, yeah, this is a gun, but it was a Nerf gun. We painted the orange tip. It's not a real gun. Yeah, we have money flashing, but this is some fake money. This is some play money that we got. Here's the stack. And you can prove it's fake. The feds, your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all these companies work with the feds, and they literally 100%. Give information. And if you read the Casanova indictment, they said it was on his iCloud. So Apple somehow must have been working with the feds and gave him access to the iCloud. So y'all gotta put some real with the fake, like how you do with your jewelry. Mix it up. You're gonna have to mix it up. It don't make no sense. And he is from Georgia. Look at how the Migos answer questions. All the Atlanta rappers, look, I don't know nothing. I ain't heard nothing. I don't know nobody who that is. That's why you gotta listen. Atlanta knows better.
Play a little bit of this interview, John, and let's see how my man was handling these questions.
We don't own the audio to this.
Yeah, we don't own the audio. Yeah, Vlad don't come after us and try to get us indicted. But Farouk got his mask on, so he be all right. Is it working?
Bro, you can see it in his demeanor, bro. He just got that face. That's like, I'm not.
Well, every black person that's from Zone 3 got to hustle Vlad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, so like, but Pee Wee was on it. Pee Wee was like, no, I'm not. I know, like, I'm intelligent enough. Like, that's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, Vlad is wrong. And I saw an interview he did with a rapper named Benny the Butcher, and Benny asked him, he was like, why do you ask rappers these questions? You know what I'm saying? And Vlad was like, oh, if they got an open case, we don't ask. But I think at the same time, it's like, I feel like it's part of the, like, it's also rappers that are trying to prove like they have some hood credibility. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, yo, I did this, I came from here, this is what I did, I'm really living this life. And you know what I'm saying? Now you get
not everybody involved in the lifestyle is intelligent. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody is.
Everybody's not from Georgia. What they teach y'all down there, Miracle?
What did Kendrick say? This is not a story saying that he did it, but just every day I've been looking at him different. That's all. It's your friend's story. I'm not, listen, I'm not affiliated. This is just a nice color. It was rainbows. It was different things. Stuff just happens. People know what it is in the world, but I don't gotta talk about it. I don't know nobody. I never fought nobody. I don't believe in violence. I believe in the Black code. We all come together. We all love and support each other. And that's basically it. You see that. If you see people, that's my cousins. If you see people, we all dressed alike, it was a family reunion. Look, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I feel like that's the support that Pittsburgh always talks about when it comes to Atlanta, because they're always like, yeah, Pittsburgh, we're not supportive, and it's because like niggas will snitch on their homies type shit here in Pittsburgh, but in Atlanta they'd be like, I don't know nothing about that, bro. I'm just minding my business. You know what I'm saying? Like they're pretty solid down there. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's like a deeper level of support that I see. It's like if they take it to a level to where it's like even if you did it and I don't fuck with you, I'm still not about to incriminate you. You know what I'm saying? Like
the police are heavy in Georgia. People forget about that. The police, the feds, and we say Georgia, come on vacation, leave on probation. You know, you come through here, you're going to get a case and a charge. So people don't play.
I do know a rapper that we came through Georgia. We had a show in Georgia and he got a case. You know what I'm saying? And it was like super petty. It was like smoking some weed by the hotel. Super petty, but he got a case.
Police.
Hip-hop police. Now, so is Vlad like, are folks going to stop messing with him now? I mean, but this is the third or fourth time this has happened where Vlad's interviews have been used.
But he's white.
I mean, if anything, it's going to make his views go up higher. That's all. I mean, that's all this is, man. Like people are going to tune in more to see, you know, where people were incriminating themselves, and it's going to be good water cooler talks and conversations for things like this. So it's not going to hurt Vlad at all. It's not until someone actually does something to him personally are we going to see, you know, maybe him back down.
This is kind of a good kind of segue into, you know, one of the conversations, because we, you know, what we're talking about is, you know, these two well-known rappers that got hit with these Fed charges, and you know, the Fed charges against Casanova was around, you know, like a gang injunction. But we kind of had a question in pre-production about like the fact that like white people can just be like super violent, you know what I'm saying, and not face the same consequences that black people face. And one of the things, you know, we were one of the things that made us kind of reference this was an article came out in the New York Times today about Donald Trump's influence over like the Pennsylvania House, that Donald Trump was trying to put pressure on people in Pennsylvania and at a state level to overturn the election. And you know, one of the heads of the GOP in Pennsylvania, Kim Foster, actually made a statement that if she signed a letter, you know, basically not backing Donald Trump, she said my house would get bombed tonight. And it really began a conversation that we had about the fact that, like, I was like really not necessarily surprised, but it was wild to me that she basically just said this, like, matter of factly, like, yo, if I don't side with Donald Trump, like, my house is going to get bombed. And, you know, we kind of spoke also about the fact that, you know, like, it's wild. And I know we're part of the hip hop culture, but I've seen Casanova's name, G Herbo's name, but we still don't know the names of these men that tried to kidnap a sitting governor in Michigan. Like, tried to kidnap a sitting governor. There were reports that they wanted to, like, try to, like, live television shoot and kill everybody. And it's just kind of wild how, like, you know, you had the Arizona GOP on Twitter, like, put stuff out like people are ready to fight for their lives for this election. And it's just interesting to me that's the scenario that you have. Like, you know, that's, to me, one of the privileges. We talk about white supremacy, that white people can own guns, openly talk about killing people, openly be violent, and it's not a big deal.
You know, this is you know, white supremacy is always seen as the hero, is always seen as being able to come through. And I don't know why Siri keeps popping up, but always seen. Why do you keep popping up?
Why are you talking to her like she's your friend?
I don't know. But anyway, you know, we've seen so much violence towards black and brown people this year from white supremacy, voter suppression, gentrification, police violence, political violence, calls to violence from elected officials, mainly the commander in chief against black and brown people. And we've seen, you know, violence in a way that we've, you know, it's been a long time since it's been broadcasted in front of you like this in such a way. And they're able to just mask it and normalize it. But the fact of the matter remains is, like, that has always been the go-to for white supremacy, is to inflict violence upon black and brown people whenever the mood suits them, whether it's, you know, Jim Crow, whether it's, you know, post-slavery, whether it's, you know, September 11th, where there's always some type of a justification behind it in terms of keeping homeland security and maintaining the status quo with law and order and tough on crime, or that, however you want to phrase it, it always comes out with the same end result, which is violence on black and brown bodies. And whenever we fight back, you know, what Malcolm X say, is the sheep wrong? Is the sheep violent for fighting back against the wolf? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how we get victimized.
We're always are wrong. Like we're
always wrong.
Always wrong. In the face of and to the point where, like, you know, one of the things that I remember vividly was when the shooting happened in South Carolina, where when Dylan Roof went into this church and killed 9 innocent black people that were just in the church praying. Like, the first thing people said was, like, to black people was like, are y'all going to be nonviolent? Are y'all going to be people? Right. Are y'all going to be not? And it threw me, like, I mean, like, the audacity, like, because America in the face of terrorism isn't never nonviolent. You know what I'm saying? The call is always to be violent. I mean, here you have Trump right now, like, on an execution spree, like literally before he leaves office. And just, you know, it was just interesting to me that, like, this woman could talk about, yo, if I don't side with Trump, like, these people will bomb my house. And, like, nobody even batted an eye. And it wasn't even a big deal. However, if it was reversed and it was like black people were going around saying, hey, yo, if you don't support Biden, we're going to blow, like, it would be framed so differently. We would have the full weight of the federal government come down on us. We would be like, you know, I mean, you got people calling Black Lives Matter a terrorist organization right now for what? Like, signs? Like, what terror act has Black Lives Matter? Like, who has Black Lives Matter hurt at all? You know what I'm saying? However, you know, on the flip side, when you see these militias we done seen a militia threaten the Michigan governor. We saw militia in Oregon actually take over a federal building, right? We've seen militia, you know, shoot federal officers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen this happen over and over again. And it's like these white people are, like, lionized and made heroes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, it's not, you know, movies are made about them. It's like, you know, they propped up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had a friend recently. We were talking about a project that I'm working on, and I'm not going to say what the project is because I can't give up too much right now. But one of the topics in the project is the violence inflicted upon Black and brown bodies. And this friend brought up the concern of, like, don't you think, you know, activism these days puts too much emphasis on violence? And I actually took a moment to think about it. I was like, are we putting too much emphasis on violence? And I was like, no, I think what's too much is the violence inflicted upon us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, why not talk about what's literally happening daily, every single day? It's a constant problem that has yet to be solved. So it's like, you want us to stop talking about violence, but it's like, when are y'all going to stop inciting violence?
Yeah,
like, you know?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I mean, just this week you had Casey Goodson in Columbus, Ohio, that was shot by police, like, while he was, like, entering his door. You know, according to his family of witnesses, he was shot in the back. He was holding Subway sandwiches. This is a 23-year-old licensed gun carrier that, like, you know, has no history of any type of crime, but yet at the same time, you know, the police want us to believe that he drove by a scene where police were, waved a gun at them, and then when the police came on the scene, refused to drop his gun. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. But you also had a boy in Oregon that was shot because his music was played too loud. You had, you know, people.
And that's not the first time that's happened. That happened in was it?
That was
Missouri?
in Florida. No, that was in Florida. That was Jordan Davis.
Yeah,
that was Jordan Davis who was shot in Florida because his music was too loud. And this white dude shot and killed Jordan Davis, got him a pizza and went home like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, you know, but once again, it's like we're victims of violence. Like, we can't talk about violence even when we're victimized. But this was all this week. It was another killing where it was a young Black man that was killed by 2 young white people trying to pick up some weed. And we don't know what's really going on with this story. Is there racism or white supremacy involved? And so, like, that's just this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, of, like, Black police killings. And it's like going on and on and on and on. You were gonna say something, Fruit?
Well, I was just gonna kind of draw the parallel to, like, you know, when you're in like primary school and you get in a fight or whatever, you get assaulted by a bully.
Yeah, I don't know, what does primary school mean? Is that some Canada talk, bro? What does that mean?
You don't know what primary school is?
Primary school, is that like high school, elementary school? I'm dead. I'm asking. Like, I'm being honest. I don't know that. I don't know.
So when the teacher talks to you and says, you're not gonna fight back, that's always, that's always, don't train me to be a victim. Tell them that shit. You know what I mean? Like, tell them, like, yes, I'm gonna defend myself. You get me? Like, the thing is, right now is white people are noticing, and what George Floyd put on profile and just really on Front Street is that it's very dangerous just to navigate typical life as a black person in the United States of America. Hell, even the world. Like, we see what happens when black people visit Greece. They get murdered. So being a black person is extremely difficult, and the stresses we go under and endure every single day. Like, listen, I don't have the luxury of not defending myself because I could just be walking down the street and die, holding a Subway sandwich to get killed, walking to my apartment, and a police officer murders me for entering my home with my keys. We have so many, and they're not even isolated incidents. We're seeing this chain of events. It's like boom, 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 boom. You get me? It's just happening so fast that black people are murdered just for living life, doing the most menial, subpar, uninteresting tasks. We can't even go to Subway now, which is like one of the most whack restaurants on the planet, and just enjoy some horrible plastic bread.
Exactly.
We gotta get killed for that shit. Yeah. It's like, damn, my nigga. It's like, how come they ain't kill Jared for touching them kids, but they gonna kill me for getting a Subway sandwich? What type of fucking sense does that make? Niggas is bugging.
Miracle.
Well, to take it back, I was gonna say it's like this history and culture of being like this rebel without a cause, this sex, drugs, and rock and roll lifestyle that we accredit to white people, so that we expect them to be violent as part of their growing, as part of their 5 years. We expect Kyle Rittenhouse to, what else is going to do but take a gun and cross state lines because he's a 17-year-old kid. That's what we expect for white people. But we have this fear that black and brown people are going to do the same thing. So even when we see too many black people together, oh, that's a mob. When we see black people just like chilling, it's like, oh my gosh, there must be plotting to do a takeover. And then we have to react, and then we have to, as a society, become violent and hurt black people. But at the end of the day, if you've been paying attention, New Zealand just came out and said, the Christchurch attack that happened because they were focused on Islamic terrorists and not terrorists in general. So you had a whole bunch of people get murdered for no reason because you weren't even looking at the violence that these alt-right organizations globally are committing. You're not tracking these folks. And now what we have is thousands of people who have arms, who have bombs, who have hit and kill lists with governors on it, just out here plotting and organizing, and there's nothing that people can do now. Like, we're literally just sitting ducks because our government was like, you know what, we gotta look at these black and brown people. The black and brown people are the terrorists. The black and brown people are the people we need to police. And here we are in 2020 talking about, oh my gosh, what politician? Not when, not if, but what politician is going to get killed first? It's absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, and it's like it was a. I just watched this video where it was a bar owner in New York that actually like ran over a cop, and like he's alive.
Fucking police up.
I mean,
they be fucking police up.
Living,
the police officer was like on the hood of this man's car,
bro,
like on the hood, like he had his partner was right there. Like nobody shot this guy. Like the police officer that got hit, supposedly he said he got fractures in both of his legs. He didn't shoot nobody. His partner didn't shoot nobody. This dude got to go home to his family. And like you said, I mean, so it must be what you said, Miracle, that they expect. Like, but it's like it's all this restraint when it comes, brother walking to his door, he gets shot in the back with some Subway sandwiches. This guy has a police officer on his hood driving. And
Sean Bell was killed for less.
Sean Bell was killed for being the wrong person.
The guy, all he did was go outside, and it's like, this man ran over police, said, I'm violating your orders, come fight me, went on national TV and was like, I'm not sorry. And it's like, just chilling. No terrorism charges. Like,
every interaction
is like mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling.
every interaction with white people and police always turns into like an 80s action flick. Like it's always them running somebody over, shooting at them, dragging them for 300 meters in a car, stabbing somebody. Like police are getting thrown places. You know, everybody like it's just like everybody turns into Rambo when they deal with the cops, and they live to tell about it. It's just like, yo, like seriously, I keep this is God's honest truth. I keep my insurance and my registration laminated above my steering wheel in large papers, so I can just reach up and pull down shiny white plastic and hand it to an officer, because that's the reality that I have to live. I don't have the luxury of talking back from my passenger seat with my hands on 10 and 2. I don't, because they killed Philando Castile for that. I don't have that type of luxury to sit here and just say no or even comply most of the times, because more time, even me complying is threatening to an officer. So where is it that you get this restraint from someone endangering your life and you don't feel the need to respond with deadly force? That's what I want to know. Like, what is it about a white person trying to kill you make you feel safe? What make that make sense to me? Make that make sense to me.
I think that's what we're trying to say on the whole show. Like literally, like this is how white supremacy plays out. You know, was that you, Miracle, that sent us this clip? This new movie
of Nate.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, I seen it on Twitter. You know, Nate has a lot of issues, and we're not gonna get into those issues.
I'm not trying to put you on blast, but it's interesting. So,
every week.
Do you have that clip? John, it's a movie called American Skin. Okay. So we just gonna watch this trailer and have a little conversation about this trailer. Go ahead, but we don't own this as well. But let's watch this.
You remember me?
How you doing today?
Doing well.
Can I see your driver's license, registration, and insurance, please?
Of course. My license is right here, my wallet. It's all right, son. You remember the night in July? Hands up! Hey! Wait! Put the phone down! Put that phone down! It's a phone! It's a cell phone! It's just a cell phone! You knew he was unarmed. Push the door and put your hands in the air! Austin, please, he's just a kid! You pointed your gun at him. Okay, get out of the car, son. Easy. He pulled the trigger. Put the phone away! Put the phone away!
The grand jury determined that no probable cause exists to file any charges against Officer Randall.
This is my son. This is my little boy. You took that from me. The world took that from me. Today we make that right. Hear me when I say this, because I'm only going to say it once. Don't stop filming.
Oh shit!
You wasn't expecting that for
No.
To do things without violence.
He went and got Ghost.
Was that Ryan Hardwick? Was that Ghost?
He got Ghost, baby.
I just want justice.
If somebody can kill you and get away with it, it's gonna be Ghost.
It's gonna be Ghost, man.
For the status of your fate, today you will be tried for the murder of my son. Are you afraid?
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
You know, I'm
definitely.
He said that this is going to be put in theaters, and I remember when NWA movie came out, they had police stationed at all the movie theaters because they just had to ask the police. They did that for
Get Rich or Die Trying too.
So I'm wondering what's it going to look like with this movie.
Did they do that for Queen Slim?
I'm gonna tell you, Miracle, just off that last story. I mean, because and you know, I'm with you, Fawn. I'm interested in seeing the movie, but we just had a white bar owner run over a police officer, not because he had a family member killed by the police, literally because his business won't follow COVID protocols, and he's trying to save his business. We had militia in Oregon taking over a federal building. The feds didn't kill none of their family members. And so this is what's so interesting about it. I'm curious as to like how people are going to look at it, how it's going to play out, because like to me, this isn't really that. It's not even really radical or revolutionary when you look at how white these militias be moving.
It's not revolutionary because he's giving this officer his constitutional rights. They're having a jury. They're having a conversation.
He made a citizen's arrest. He
did. You know what I'm saying? So it's not revolutionary. We
know it's not going to be. Is it going to be played like that, Miracle? Though?
No, of course not. We know all the blondes at Fox News right now are just like
shitting out of
for tomorrow's broadcast.
All the blondes at Fox.
We know what's about to happen, and it's gonna be funny. But at the end of the day, I have said before, I think that people are getting tired of marching, of fighting, of begging, just to have basic human decency when they interact with the police state, that this may soon become a reality. But think about it, it's been more white people who killed cops. It's been more white people who shot up police stations.
Yes.
So while we understand the police presence is going to be all in the Black communities, I don't think it's going to be us who does this.
No, I mean, if you look at all the FBI reports, they'll tell you themselves about these white supremacist militia groups that are the ones causing the most violence all over the country. It's never us, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, even if it's just
one more COVID shutdown,
right? If we even
shutdown, and it's going to be these people.
Right, and when they came in Pittsburgh in front of the city county building, they had AKs, they had guns, they was all strapped up.
They had AKAs, they had the fraternities out there. Damn, that must have been wild to see.
They were stumping the yard.
I was shocked.
Are those the ones that do the pinky? Don't they do the pinky?
Speaking of,
you want to get jumped? Okay, first of all, I don't listen. That is my twin. However, remember your what does he say? Blackness is what our experiences are not universal. He's not from here. Okay, he's from Canada. He didn't grow up here. So when y'all jump him,
I don't know nothing about that.
He says things like primary school. We don't know what this dude is talking about.
Listen,
but no, for real. It's interesting, Miracle, that you say that because
tú sabes, hermano, tú sabes.
because I wanted to I did want to talk about, because there is hope on the horizon. We wanted to leave y'all with hope, and the hope is that there is somebody coming to Georgia right now, Miracle.
Is it COVID clause?
No, it's not
COVID clause.
It's a white girl.
He coming with a vengeance.
It was a white girl who's very excited to be going to Spillman.
Oh shit!
And she I don't know if she'll be an AKA or not. You know what I'm saying, or a Delta.
She can't wait for the Black Girl Magic.
Hey, she wants to be part of one of these sororities. You can
catch me outside. How about that? That's what she said, man.
But let's basically, for those that don't know, and I don't know if we can drop the link in the chat. It was a Instagram person with the handle Camilla Rose that basically talked about, and this is a white woman who put out that she's going to Spillman. And she wrote about she dreamed of transferring to a HBCU for 2 years. She's been admitted to the #1 HBCU in the country, describing Spillman as home of Black girl magic, and talking about her acceptance letter was one of the best moments of her life. She collapsed to the ground, shaking and crying. She has no words to describe how overjoyed and grateful and ready she is for this new chapter. And it's just, people began to say like, wait a second, like your acceptance little speech on Instagram that you gave us was kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Because she also talked about, although she's not Black, she's experienced some issues of that, I guess in her mind,
mental health,
right, qualify for being discriminated against. I don't know. And so people started to kind of take her to task, like, yo, are you going to college? Or are you going to like,
I'm gonna tell you what this is right now. She's going to HBBCU.
Oh,
That's what she got.
it just said
Spelman
it.
is a all-women college, sister city to Morehouse, and we will not let you reduce over 100 years of Black excellence and legacy to BBC. I will not.
Philman,
That's exactly what she.
Philman is an all-girls school. I know,
But that's not what she going for. She going for that BBC.
girls school. She said she was a Black girl.
That's what she's.
No, I mean, how do you know, bro? Because she said she wanted to experience Black girl magic. She ain't
Yeah, she definitely did
That's
say
very
that.
true. That's very true. I don't know what the acronym for that would be, but I'm sure there is one.
Wow.
The jokes just come to me. Listen, I'm this good on the fly all the time, just like that.
The problem with her post
Yes, tell us, Miracle.
is like people have come. It looked like this white savior complex. Like most people, somebody like you could just post, you could have just been like, I'm happy I've got into Spelman, the #1 college. I can't wait for this next journey. But you acted like you were about to not see your family no more, that you were just going to a third world country, and that you could relate to people because you have mental health issues, like white people don't have mental health issues. But be that as it may, all HBCUs have accepted non-Black people since they were created. So
Absolutely.
I'm kind of confused. Y'all's favorite auntie,
I'm
Rachel
not gonna lie.
Dolezal, was out here.
She was at Howard. Yep. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean,
do like how she handled the apology, though. You know what I'm saying?
How did she handle the apology?
Because did you read down to her apology? She was just like, yo, like she basically said like,
oh yeah,
what I did was weird, and she said why it was weird, and she was like, I shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow, like a lot of people might not accept her apology right off rip, but I do like how she composed it. And now I just want to kind of see, like, all right, like, are you actually going to correct your way of thinking, or is this apology just to like save your ass? Now we have to see. You know what I'm saying? She
did come with the, I shouldn't have done it. Like she did with that.
I'm so sorry. Let's look for her Black friend. I feel sorry for her Black friend. Well, because you know what? Why, when y'all do some mess, you gotta bring your Black people into it. She named her and added her like it's my Black friend.
Oh my God!
That's the I got a Black friend defense. That's the I got a Black friend defense right there, man.
Yeah, but it is that thing.
Imagine you just scrolling on your social media and one of your friends do something ignorant, but you tagged in it, like try to mind your own Black business.
That is weird. You know what I'm saying? But I think just like you said, it's that thing of like, it was almost like she wanted to get points, like for going to an HBCU. Like she wanted to get some like ally points. Like, hey, look, I'm so hip and down. I'm going to a HBCU. I should get some love, and I can't wait for the Black girl magic and da 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 da. And it was like people was like, nah.
I mean, that's like that's like the missionary trips, isn't it? Like going to Africa for the vacation to feed the starving Black. Do you think WAP?
Yeah, I
guess I do.
That caught me off guard.
Kind of went off the rails at this point. You know what I'm saying? We kind of went off the rails there. I mean, at least we, not being as serious than as we were before. But
oh man,
yeah. So we're at. I don't know. Did we want to talk about
Jamil and Carrie, whatever?
You want to talk about your girls, Miracle?
The tea.
Oh, now you muted. Now you muted. Bro.
For like past 6 months, 7 months, I've always talked about the weakest links. I've talked about how y'all Black men are just abject. Sometimes just choose to be abject failures in the fight for liberation.
Here it come. I've been waiting for this day.
For some reason, in the year of our Lord 2020, as we're trying to survive a global pandemic, as we're just facing down literal white supremacy, for some reason, Jamil and Kari Champion decided to just like give us the biggest L of the year. And
of the year, Miracle?
of the
Of
year.
the
Like,
year.
first of all, we've done all this work. We've been raising consciousness. We've been telling people to check their privilege, not make light of the situations that we're in. And on national platforms, these two Black women decided to ask Jake Paul, was it racist for him to knock out Nate Robinson? Knowing full and well that people have accused him and his family of being little alt-right supremacists, of being bigots, and now, from now until forever, he now can have a conversation about how these two Black women decided to call him racist as a joke.
Didn't Jake Paul say nigga on stage though?
Did he?
Yeah, he said nigga on stage like he was rapping something, and he had a rapper with him or something like that, and they let him say nigga.
They said they asked him for permission to call him racist. Like, I am just like, what the hell? It just got worse. It just got worse and worse. First, the video came out for their show.
But you're muted, bro.
And then they were like, y'all just want to hate on us because we're Black. No, we want to hate on you because you're embarrassing and stupid. That was a stupid vibe.
I just sent you the link, John. Can you throw that link up?
It's embarrassing. And I blame myself because, you
blame yourself, Miracle.
I've been too hard on y'all Black men, and the universe is like, slow your roll. Slow your roll. Candace is not the only one out there.
Clearly.
And this is what we have. What do you mean clearly? What do you want? Listen, hold on.
Hey, whoa. I'm just saying, it's not just Candace.
Down.
I'm just saying, it's just not Candace.
Go ahead. Go ahead, John. Can you throw that up there?
To knock a Black man out. That is the question of the week.
Stop asking me that. I said no.
It's not racist.
It's a shitty question. It's a sport.
Why is it a shitty question? Why is it a shitty question?
Because
it's a shitty fucking question.
How does this have anything to do with race? It doesn't.
It's a fine question. We got to wake you up. You got to be a part of this conversation.
We got to wake you up.
No, you have to do better journalism.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they asked him about it beforehand. It seemed like he was like not feeling the question at all. So it was kind of like they apologized. They kind of said like, oh, we were trying to troll him because he's a troll. And so that was
with their permission. You did a bit on racism after a Black man was just murdered by the police. You did a bit on racism after like Black people are being evicted. You did a bit on racism after Black people are dying because of COVID and not getting COVID protections. It's not funny and it's stupid and it's unnecessary. Like, why? You could have talked about like his fake YouTube. You could have talked about him buying followers. You could have talked about him saying nigga.
Yeah.
You could have done all this type of stuff. But you like, is it racist? Like, no, well, all these white people keep trying to calling things racist, and here you go with a platform. With a platform, this was written, this was produced, it went through levels. A producer.
I can almost assume, and
you'll get it for 24 hours of Twitter analytics.
You're kind of going in and out a little bit, Miracle, but I could almost positively assume that this was some white producer's idea. That some white producer probably came to them and was like, you know what would be cool? Like, just like you said, I was watching Twitter. I was on Black Twitter, and Black Twitter was saying it was racism. You know, you should ask him. Was he racist for knocking him out? I could almost guarantee there was some white producer behind this. But just like you said, they have to be strong enough as Black people to say, like, nah, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or they could have framed the whole video with the context they claim is missing.
Yes, they could have done that. So it is nice to have some problematic Black women for a change. You know what I'm saying? Because like all last
but y'all also had Herschel Walker. Y'all,
we got a lot.
Black.
Oh yeah,
like
we got Terry Crews.
We got a lot. I mean, there's a lot. All the rappers, Kanye, Lil Wayne, all of them. We got all of them.
Can I say something about Ye real quick?
You want to say something about who?
I want to say something about Ye, our good Lord Jesus Christ. I you know what? I was listening to this Kanye West playlist that I had seen on Apple Music the other day, and I was listening to it, and I was like, I totally get why some women refuse to disavow R. Kelly, because I can't cast away Kanye West. I can't do it, man.
But that's different.
Yeah, that's a big difference, bro.
That is so different. Like,
I mean, at the level of appreciating the music, though, at the level, because Did R. Kelly do some heinous shit? Yeah, but Kanye West also said some fucked up shit.
I mean, but that's different.
It's not on the level. It's not on the level of R. Kelly. I know that. It's not on the level of R. Kelly. I know that.
Yeah.
But he wasn't out here.
I know
like,
seasonal affective disorder, and Zoom fatigue is messing with people right now. So I'm just
saying, I can't let that go.
Can't you, Farouk, go find the old songs? I mean, like the nigga sampled his whole career. Like, go find the original joints, bro. Like,
but it's not him rapping on it. It's just I love Shaka Khan. I want Shaka Khan through the fire playing at my wedding.
Hey,
but she not rapping.
Hey, bro, you could Consequence, Rhyme Fest, Pusha T. Like, go listen to all his ghostwriters, man. Like, all his ghostwriters got mad.
But it's not Ye, man.
I'm just saying.
It's not Ye.
I'm just saying. You got mad other. Hey, bro.
I just want to listen to Kanye West without throwing R. Kelly in the mix.
Yeah, come on. That's a difference.
You were just trying to make yourself.
Big difference.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Big difference. And then but at the same time, man, I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm not the person that's like, I feel like as soon as we say, yeah, but I like your music, we give people a pass. I'm done giving passes out, man. I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you, but I just
can Lil Wayne rap? Can Lil Wayne rap his ass? I mean, Lil Wayne can rap his ass off. I ain't giving no more passes, man. Not in 2020, man. It's too much.
What about 2021? Is 2021 because it's not 2020?
Nah, man, I ain't giving no more passes, man. I feel like dudes have to come and like, particularly when you trying to like, I mean, come on, man. Lil Wayne left his girl because she was trying to get people to vote. Nah, man, we can't. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it with niggas no more. And I think like
Cruz, do we have to stop listening to Bad Bunny?
What did
we got? Bad Bunny? Oh man, all these niggas.
Oh my god,
Bad Bunny did some wild shit.
Wait, what did he do?
What did Bad Bunny do?
Yeah, what did he do?
Yo, a lot of these niggas is wild, man.
He just took a little longer to jump on the Black Lives Matter train. That's what Bad Bunny did. But at the end of the day, R. Kelly being a sexual predator and an abuser of women is in no way synonymous with Lil Wayne and Kanye West being self-righteous, selfish capitalists. Like, but all of them can engage in transformative justice and restorative justice and be better by their community. They just have it, and that's why they should be
are they too far gone? Is Lil Wayne
played on the radio?
Far gone?
I see. I don't know. I mean, they're still alive, so there's a possibility that maybe they read a book. I mean, maybe I look at like Colin Kaepernick. It wasn't like Kaepernick was out here. He got with a sister. That was conscious. And she kind of, started dropping some books and stuff on him. And he, flipped his whole script. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, they're still alive. So there's a possibility that maybe somebody could talk to Kanye. Maybe somebody could change his mind.
Talk to Kanye.
I don't know.
I have a question for you, Jasiri.
Yeah.
As far as Lil Wayne goes, right? So, like, what if I like pirate his new mixtape? Because I heard it was fire.
Pirate.
You pirate? Like, what if I just like illegally download it?
No, do it. Do it. I mean, like, look, I'm not the police. I'm not gonna police your thing. I'm just saying, like, for me, I can't. I just feel like that's how they get over. Like Lil Wayne did all that, but damn, Miracle just left. She was like, yo. I just feel like it's at a point where at some point in time we gotta just be like, you know what? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like until you come with something restorative, until you come with something different, until you come with a new reality, then we're not gonna support you. You know who we gonna support? We're gonna support our sister Bell Hooks, who is our white pages this week, all about love. Bell Hooks, you know what I'm saying? We're going to support that. So that's a book that you can get, a book that you can read, a book that can give you, and maybe if Kanye and Weezy, they need that. They need some of this. You know what I'm saying? They need some Bell Hooks. They need some books.
Bell Hooks can just help everyone. Like,
absolutely.
If you've never read a queer Black feminist abolitionist, you can start with Bell Hooks. Absolutely. And then our call to action on our What Black Pittsburgh Needs to Know
We had our brother Mike Africa Jr. on. If you don't know the story of the Move 9 in Philadelphia and how basically the city of Philadelphia, terrorized this group, this family, and then ended up bombing them, killing women and children. Sentenced the Move 9 to hundreds of years. It's a new documentary that came out on HBO called 40 Years a Prisoner, where it shows Mike Africa Jr. Trying to get his family out of jail. Thankfully, his mom and dad came home. But, it's a powerful documentary just about the history of the Move 9, the history of police terrorism, you know what I'm saying? The history of like Black people just trying to live peacefully and liberated, and how white people see that as a threat. See that as something that needs to be cracked down on. So just encouraging everybody to go watch 40 Years a Prisoner on HBO. It's a powerful. Y'all watch The Undoing. So go ahead and watch 40 Years a Prisoner. You know what I mean? Do that.
Yeah.
Although The Undoing was good as well. So
I haven't watched either of these things.
I started rewatching Entourage.
I've been watching Hallmark Countdown to Christmas. It's so lovely.
I've been watching anime. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Well, I mean, The Undoing is good. It's like 6 episodes. It's a real in and out, bang bang. It's a little mystery. It keeps you guessing. You know what I'm saying? So it's good though. It's a Black woman in it who's an actress. I've never seen this woman before who plays the lawyer. She is amazing. This Black woman is an amazing actress. She should get some type of award for this because she was the bomb. Yeah. So anything else? Do we have?
Yes. Stay home.
Stay home.
Please.
Also, Black.
Yes, the
Black light. Yes, the Black light will be this Friday. I'm
gonna tell you. Let me give you a little background on the Black light. All right.
A background. I like that.
I didn't even mean to say that. So there's an artist. CB Perry is the artist, correct? Farouk?
Q Perry. Yeah.
So
he got some
basically,
work at the airport.
Yeah, but basically he designed this ice cream flavor, right? And if you buy the ice cream, the proceeds go to One Hood. And so is that the case? Am I saying that right, Farouk?
So what it is Q Perry is a dope local Pittsburgh artist, right? Black artist. Came up with this idea to partner and do a fundraiser around his art. Millie's Ice Cream, which is a local ice cream brand, reached out to him and said they wanted to support. He said instead of just doing the art show, he wanted to create a flavor. So he created a flavor that is dairy-free, vegan-friendly, lactose-free, all of that good stuff, right? So all my vegan friends can yam down on this. And called it black. They like put some activated charcoal in there or something and made it like a black gelato to solidify, the movement. And he wanted to use the proceeds of each pint sold to donate to a local organization. And he said, you know what? I fuck with One Hood.
Yeah.
So One Hood ice cream money. And I was like, you know what? I like money and ice cream, my nigga.
And I'm gonna tell you what. We was on, and this is what y'all don't know, Miracle Trouble. So on the email, they was like, yo, we got the ice cream in. And Farouk was like, yeah, send some to my house. Here's my address. And I'm like, damn, you didn't say, would you want some? Miracle, did you want some ice cream? Trouble,
didn't even think about us.
Didn't even think about it. He was like, my address is blah 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 blah.
Oh no, you know what? He was going to share his. That's what it was.
Oh, is that what it was?
He was going to share his ice cream.
Look at his face.
I appreciate that.
No ice cream with you. But shout out to Millie's Ice Cream. If you want to hear the whole story about Q Perry and his art and his activism, The Black Light is a new show we're launching. It's going to be Friday at 6 p.m. right here on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And, shout out to Trouble, and Farouk is going to be hosting it as well. And that's something that we're going to be doing bi-weekly or monthly, celebrating artists, activists in this area and beyond. And then tomorrow, 12 o'clock on Tilt, get your mental activism on. And is that it? Is there anything else happening this weekend? I saw something. Wasn't there some? I saw isn't there something like
on Friday? Isn't the Free Maroons concert thing?
Oh yes, we representing for Russell Maroon Schultz. Friday, a bunch of artists, myself, Black Rap, Mike Africa, we just talked about, Salim, who is also on our show on Tuesday. Just a bunch of folks coming together. Russell Maroon Schultz is a brother, political prisoner. He was in solitary confinement longer than any other prisoner in history. He's in his 70s. He has COVID. We just we feel like he should be compassionately released in this moment. So we're going to be supporting him on Friday as well. And I also saw something that was going on. I think it was like some vendors and stuff, some virtual.
Speaking of vendors, I just bought a whole bunch of sea moss from Nikki Joe. So large up, Nikki Joe.
Oh yeah. Shout out.
I bought like 3 jars. I've never had sea moss before though. So has anybody tried it?
We haven't, and we did ask the doctors. They said they were not aware of it. But no,
nothing about
they weren't aware of it, but they did encourage people to boost their immune system. So the sea moss is supposed to help boost that. So large up to Nikki and Yvette who are out here supplying people with organic remedies to fight this pandemic.
All right. If that's it, I think we'll be back next week. Maybe we will see an uptick in racism, maybe less COVID, more white supremacy next week, or
more COVID and more white supremacy.
I would like the decline of both. What did you say, Miracle?
There's a lot of stuff we didn't get talked to today, so I'm happy. Women, my sisters, listen. This week we got to be redeemed. Okay, we're gonna do better this week, ladies.
Yes, and brothers,
don't embarrass me.
Stop being the weakest link. Stop going on Vlad TV. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, let's get it right. And it's a pandemic. The feds is watching. Keep it legal. Keep it legal at all times. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get through this.
Keep it, put it on mute.
Absolutely. So we'll see y'all next week. This week in white supremacy, y'all. Peace. One hood.
Peace.